this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Doc Rivers. This is their first matchup of the season against this squad, and he knows the shot blocking in the middle will certainly be an obstacle. But he said, quote, we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Guys, he said that putting their bigs in high pick and rolls and shooting the open jumper with confidence will be key. We'll see how they do.
All right, thanks, Doris. I think it's the one thing we were talking about before the broadcast. The defense they're facing always seems to be in a lockdown mode.
Yeah, that's their identity, Kevin, and there's kind of an intimidation factor involved here. They gained their reputation as a defensive club for a reason. They're tough.
Yeah, they really are tough, and they also do a good job of making you uncomfortable and frustrating you a little bit. So you got to keep your poise when you're facing a team as good as this one is defensively.
And it's good. Big time running down to the shot clock. And the Mavericks lead by 2. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
Jose Calderon out of Spain is a terrific playmaker and shooter. He's not a guy who's going to put up big numbers, but you give him the keys to your offense, he's going to make a lot of good things happen for you.
Paul with the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
Ellington kicks to Crowder. It's Vince Carter on the wing. Offline with his 3. And going back to Calderon, as good as he is offensively, Steve, you have to manage his matchups defensively.
Yeah, especially in today's NBA, quickness can be so deadly, and I think it's true. Calderon sometimes is at the mercy of those faster point guards in the league, but he can really play. He does an awful lot of good things out on the floor.
Ellington kicks to Calderon. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the Bobcats.
You know, it's a little bit surprising that the game got away from them, because for long stretches, they were the better team.
They really were. Outplayed them. If you looked only at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. But it was a case of a few intangibles that didn't play out in their favor that made all the difference.
It's Vince Carter on the wing. And it's Carter again missing.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide-open look.
This last summer, the Mavs asked fans to submit some redesigns of their uniforms for future use. Always kind of neat to see when a team and organization reaches out possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Willis, no good.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Calderon against Paul. Marion dishes to Calderon. Ellis goes in. And it's good. Concrete contact gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Let's count his strong suit.
Left to play here in the half. Willis the pass to Wayans. Here's Reddick. Another shot, and he lays it up and in.
You know, it looks like they've recalibrated their approach away from trying the three ball.
Yeah, they started out pretty slow from downtown, so I think this is the right adjustment. Try to get the ball inside and go to something new.
Larkin kicks to Nowitzki. Harris. Just 5 to shoot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Well, his free throw numbers this year are below 70%, so when he's getting to the line, he has not been effective.
I think it's been a disappointing year for him at the stripe, guys. I mean, he hasn't been as productive as he was last season from there.
And the Clippers making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Passes it to Wayans. The pass to Willis. Jordan with a screen on Carter. Pass to Wayans. Shoots a 3. Gets the bucket. Wayans got 7 points for the quarter.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Harris with it. Chris Paul covering. Harris dishes to Blair. Can't get it to go. Jordan with some nice D. Here's Paul. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Cannot hit.
Seems like he's got every single rebound today.
Glass eating at its finest. I mean,
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to 2K Sports. The games are starting to take on.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Now the second half about to... Setting the floor for the Clippers. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And there's Collison. Then there's Willis. And it's off from three-point range. Mavericks trailed by 3. Now there's the pass to Calderon. And it's blocked. And here we go with Collison running it up the court. Rejected by Marion. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hey guys, black hole in their last game against the Bobcats did
sets the screen for Collison. Here's Willis. Tries to save it. It's Vince Carter on the wing. Collison against Ellis. Here's Willis. Sean Marion grabs the miss. Marion's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Ellis off a pick from Nowitzki. The drive by Ellis. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Calderon kicks to Harris. Back to Calderon. 6 on the shot clock. To tie. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
But his playmaking is off the charts, and the beauty of that, Kevin, is his teammates know that. So they're going to work hard to get open, knowing that if they do, he'll find them for an open look.
Steve, it has to be said here that he operates his pick and roll to perfection. I mean, he delights in running unwitting defenders or blindside picking guys so that he can end up rolling into a basket.
Here's Willis. The Clippers rebound. The feed to Dudley. There's the dish to Collison. He passes it to Willis. Back to Collison. Pass to Willis. Trying to get back on track. And it goes. That's good. And while we're thinking about him, did you guys catch his comments at the press conference after their last game?
He's clearly a big picture guy. I mean, it isn't really what he's done, but what the team has done. It's all about wins with this kid, and you have to respect that.
He's a competitor, no doubt about that. I mean, he doesn't go out and try to make friends or make highlights. He just comes in with one agenda, and that's just to win the basketball game every night.
And it's Harris off the drive. Second chance shot, and Blair gets it to go. Blair's got 12 in the game.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
Hey, there was no question about it. Everybody knew DeJuan Blair had talent when he came into the NBA, but people were scared off because he had no ACLs in his knees. A valid reason if you look at it from that standpoint, but he continues to prove the detractors wrong by still being in the league.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Harris dishes to Blair. Nice D from Griffin. And for DeJuan Blair, it started to become difficult for him to carve out minutes with all the front court talent the Spurs have.
Yeah, now on a new team, getting a better opportunity. And you know his rebounding ability will always been there. That's something that translated directly from his days at Pittsburgh. But can his health stand up? Can his knees hold up? If they do, he's a very valuable player.
Calderon kicks to Clay. Back to Calderon. He feeds it to Harris. That ball's nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Calderon's got his 3rd assist on the night. Calderon against Collison. Pass to Willis. Back to Collison. Right side, Collison. Here's Willis. But they recover it.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball. Talk about being on this game. Look at the numbers for Dutton. He's got 21 points, and from long range,
a little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. Larkin out there with Ellis. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Marion in at the 4 shot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And here is Ellis. Harris kicks to Nowitzki. Ellis outside. Harris. Six to shoot. Back to Ellis. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive. Feeds it to Harris. Back to Ellis. it to Harris. Harris, right side. He kicks to Blair. Second shot opportunity. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
That free throw good from Blair. Both good from the line that time.
I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second half, despite trailing in this game.
Well, you know, that's when you need to be most aggressive when you're down. Another good job of drawing contact and getting to the line.
A pass to Willis. Here's Griffin, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple. Well, when you talk about the most fearsome finishers in the league, you got to put Blake Griffin right at the top of the list. I mean, he's a high riser, and he's able to dunk with authority over the top of defenders like very few in the league can.
And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
You know, I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that Spurs game. Should be a good one.
Clippers leading by 8. And with Griffin, the dunks always get top billing, but he is more than just a dunker, or at least would hope to be more than just a dunker.
Well, he's a rebounder and an underrated passer for a big man. His touch outside is improving as well, so this is what you want to see from Griffin. Just incremental improvement each year.
Ellis kicks to Harris. Kicks it out to Ellis. Back to Harris. He dishes it to Ellis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Reddick with it. Kicks the ball. Shot clock at 6. Hit his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. Off the inbound. Again, Los Angeles.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got into good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Harris kicks to Nowitzki. Pass to Blair. Harris outside. No good with the triple.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over.
deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
He feeds it to Reddick. Passes to Willis. Fires for three. And it's Ellis with the rebound. Mavericks trailed by 19. Marion set the pick for Ellis. Out to Harris. Here's the pass to Lito. Ring shot on the way. Jump shot is good.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Paul outside. Griffin guarded by Marion. 6 feet out. Griffin's shot is good. And the Clippers lead by 19.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here.
Marion kicks to Nowitzki. Pocket 6 with the fadeaway. And Dallas again with the bucket.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Well, for the Clippers, they can just run out the clock. Paul outside. Pass to Willis. There's the triple. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to...
Your team breezed the victory this time around. It's got to be nice to get a little break tonight in the midst of a long season with more close games than you'd probably like. Your thoughts?
It was a nice win. The guys stepped up when they needed to and made sure that the outcome wasn't in question. It's a good feeling to know that the entire team seems to be on the same page and working together towards a common goal. And winning a game like this also gives us a great confidence boost moving forward.